want you guys to know that you may only see me in this shirt until my other one comes in. It's been like the only like wash and wear thing going on in the house. And with quarantine, nobody cares. Everybody where they're supposed to be. So far so good. It's about to rain for like a week, which normally isn't a big deal, but since we're weaning babies, it means that we can't like opt out of milking at this point. So here's a big system coming from Oklahoma. So I've got to get everybody milked. Here's the weaning crew. They're doing really well. I'm really liking this fence weaning. It has been way less stress on them. Way less stress on moms. Moms don't really care. They come over here and kind of check on them, but they're doing really good. Tulip's managed to escape, and so has Huck. But Huck never made it into the pen with the mama goats. He went out over there and ended up with the pigs and was real freaked out. Tulip, on the other hand, managed to get in here overnight, the very first night. She's really smart. But Clover's a good girl. But they all seem to be doing great. Good morning. Good morning, babies. Good morning. Good morning, littles. How are ya? Hey, Pepper. These two boys are gonna go to their home next weekend and they're gonna get to go together, which I'm really excited about. Pine's gonna be a buck and Cedar's gonna be his weather friend. But Pepper, we haven't sold Pepper yet. So he may get to hang out for a little bit longer. Is it time for breakfast, Daisy? Go. Come on, Nana Bear. Okay, since now we're officially weaning babies, I thought today I would do a video on kind of the pros and cons of milking once a day versus twice a day and why we do what we do. So maybe that'll help you if you're considering getting milk goats or if you have milk goats. A lot of people ask me, because I work full-time, how I manage to do dairy, to milk and work and all of that. So I thought I would do just some pros and cons of milking once a day versus twice a day now that I'm having to kind of make that choice. So I did want to show you this morning. So Bunny and Twizzy haven't had babies on them for 3 days, and their milk production is basically the exact same as it was when they had babies on them. So I was going to show you, like, this is how much milk I got from the 4 girls, and this is, again, this is Pixie, because, you know, she likes to show off. But so I'm not getting any more milk than I was 3 days ago milking them with babies on them during the day. So I haven't milked them in 24 hours. They haven't had babies on them all day. I may have gotten like a little bit of uptick from Twiz. I'm not getting any more milk than I am from Bunny. So for me, that's a pro for milking once a day, is that I'm not losing a ton of milk in the process of deciding not to milk them twice a day. I probably could get a little bit of a production in uptick if I milked twice a day. So that's a pro for milking twice a day, is if you need a little bit more milk, you probably could up their production a little bit. Over a half gallon of milk every day is way more than I know what to do with. That's the kind of thing. It's not going to be a huge increase in milk. What would happen is I would end up splitting the milk that I was getting in the morning across 2 milkings. And so Bunny's given about 2 cups, and my guess is she would give me a little more than a cup in the morning and a little more than a cup in the afternoon, or I might get, you know, a cup and a half and a cup and a half. So I might get an increase of about a cup of milk from her. Kind of immaterial for me and not worth the time. Okay, let's go get our little babies that are left. Big babies. Big babies. I gotta get a move on. It's gonna start raining. Come on, buddy. One way street, Billy. Come on. Come on, Piggy. Come on, buddy. Buddy, come on. Milking. Come on. Go. Let's see if she's got me a knee. Goodness, they're just a little crazy. Definitely gonna have to find the right family for poor Pepper. Mom's definitely ready to wean him. So, I did want to say that this kind of pro-con is for if you're dam raising. So if you're letting the mama goat raise the babies. If you're bottle feeding, you basically have to milk twice a day because you have to be able to get enough milk for babies and then milk for you. Morning, friends. Now we're my gentlemen. The mama cow. Yes, you're the mama cow. You're gonna be working full time, to me dam raising is a lot easier, and I'll do a video on the difference between dam raising and bottle raising. But so because I milk share and I only milk once a day, I do lose a little bit of my production while the babies are on mom, because right now they've started to wean and they've dropped their production a little bit, not significantly, but definitely some. Come on, breakfast! Come on, breakfast! Come on, big girl! Oh, I'm coming, Mom. I'm coming. Good morning! Good morning, my silly bears! So another pro for me for milking once a day is the flexibility. Normally, when there's not a plague or a pandemic, whatever you would call this that we're doing, I don't have to milk before work. Come on, piggy, piggy, piggy! And Toonie Pig. Good morning, pork chop! Hi, buddy! Come on. Come on. You have to be able to turn. So with milking just the once, I usually milk in the afternoon after school, like 4 o'clock. So it gives me a lot of flexibility with when I milk. And so that means if I come home late from work, it's not a huge deal. Just milk then. Don't have to milk before work unless that's just really what I want to do. And if we want to go out and do something in the evening, I'm not trying to get those 2 milkings, you know, around 10 to 12 hours apart. I'm just milking once a day, and I can do it a little bit earlier or a little bit later. And so let's say I have a night where I'm gonna go hang out with one of my friends right after school. And then we're gonna go eat dinner with Jeremy's family. And I'm not gonna have time to milk in the evening. So I would just milk that morning, and then I would push it to the next day. So that's really nice. Chief, dude. It's goat milk. You have no self-control. No self-control. None. Empty, buddy. Look. This is gross. Is he just not turned out to be the most beautiful little calf? He's so cute. Even if he knocks the bottle in the mud. I don't need the bottle hanger. Hello, Doopty Dog. What do you think? It's all wet, buddy. Had a bit of a pretty big storm that rolled through this morning. It ended up like having hail and all kinds of stuff. Jeremy's trying out some hydroponic cucumbers, and I do not have a green thumb, so I end up killing lots of things. And I've really struggled to grow cucumbers in our boxes. I've done really well with tomatoes, but I've not done well with the cucumbers, and it's probably because I don't water them enough. Our tomatoes are doing well, and my onions have been doing pretty good, and my zucchini plant, my garlics. But this is his hydroponic cucumber, so it's I'm not going to explain it all, but it's pretty cool. Just water, fertilizer, and the plant. We'll see how it goes. And I did actually have some potatoes come back after all that. We may get some potatoes after all. So a con to only milking once a day, and this is probably the biggest one, and the reason why if you other dairy goat people milk twice a day is you lose some of your capacity a little bit faster. So goats have a natural, they call lactation curve, where milk goes down over time. Some goats are like really sharp and others kind of go gradually. And I have found that their lactation curve will decrease incrementally slower if you milk twice a day. My girls that drop off significantly pretty early on, they'll drop off faster. Hello, pig. Hello, other pig. Are you worthless? You are. No. They know I'm not. Damn, a good pig. I'm so good, Mom wears me on my t-shirt. Yes. You do make a good t-shirt, pork chop. So like Nani is one of my girls that has kind of lower capacity in general. She drops off pretty quick. When I only milk her once a day and she doesn't have a baby on her, that baby really keeps that demand there. If I milk her twice a day, she tends to keep pretty steady capacity over time. But it, so that's a con. You're gonna probably lose, that lactation curve is gonna go down a little bit quicker. But I haven't noticed it to be at such a rate that really impacts me too much already having 5 goats to milk, 4 or 5 goats to milk. But if you're only milking like 2 goats, that may be a bigger deal for you. Hi, Mama Goat. What you doing? You just hanging out with Mama. Hi, precious boy. Oh, no? No snuggles? You don't want any scratches? You normally love it. Not right now. Okay. Hi, babies. Man, it's wet, girls. Freddie's out. So, you know, production is always something to consider. Lactation curve. If you have goats that drop off pretty significantly, then you may want to keep milking twice a day to keep your production up. Again, I dam raise, so I have a sharper lactation curve than you would if you bottle raised and you milked mom from the very beginning, because babies stop demanding the milk and moms start to wean them. So we see a natural decline probably around the babies being 7 to 8 weeks anyway. And I don't see that lactation curve being any really more severe with milking once a day than it is just naturally dam raising. So an added piece to that flexibility is that like goats really hate rain, if you didn't know. And so if it, like this morning, if it had been thunderstorming, I could have just pushed milking back if I had known to the evening. If I was milking in the morning, if it's gonna pour down rain all night, I can go ahead and milk in the morning. Like I said, it's just that flexibility. So for me, that's probably the most important thing, honestly. It's not a long list of pros and cons to milking once or milking twice a day. If you're working full-time like I am, or maybe you have a lot of kids and they have a lot of activities, or you guys are really involved in something and milking seems really out of your reach, because having to do something twice a day, every day, is just overwhelming. You can milk once a day and it's fine. And if you skip a milking here or there, it's totally fine. Just as long as you don't skip more than one. Always just being mindful that to watch mom's udder and make sure she doesn't have mastitis. It's not a huge deal. My last pro for once a day milking is, another big question that people ask me is like, well, how do you travel? How do you go on vacations when you're milking? If you're only milking once a day, that's a lot easier on whoever is going to come babysit your farm. They don't have to come out once instead of twice. And milking is kind of a hard thing to get somebody to want to do. Anyway, we're really lucky that we have a really, really awesome farm sitter. And she actually likes to come out here and do all of that. And she has the time and the availability, but it's even easier on her to only have to come out once instead of twice a day and milk. So if you're really concerned and you like to travel and you like to go places and maybe you like to visit family and you have to go here and there, that's just a pro for anybody who's having to come and keep your farm, is if you're not going to have somebody that comes and stays on your farm when you're gone and you want your whole family to go with you on whatever trip you're going on, stop chewing the pig. Then they only have to milk once a day, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to talk people into. Or to get somebody that's willing to do that. My in-laws sometimes will do that, and it's a lot easier on them to just do once a day milking instead of twice a day. If you haven't seen our shirts yet, they're really awesome. There's a TeeSpring link in the description. Go check them out. Dinner? Y'all are fat. You're fat. The YouTubers cannot see how fat you are, but y'all a little round. It's good. All right. Everybody's ready for bed. Night-night, buddies. They've been sleeping out there, which I'm glad I put all that out there. Night-night, Link. Night-night, Patties. Night-night. Night-night, Busy. What about best friend? Night-night. Oh. Night-night, Nannies. Night-night, Bunnies. Night-night, Cece's. Poppers! Are you my last one? Night-night, Poppers. Night-night, Tinker. Daisy, did you not get your own? Say night-night, Daisy. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it was helpful. If you're thinking about getting dairy goats, if you've always been afraid, having to milk twice a day, just too hard, sounds too scary, too demanding, I hope I was helpful. Kind of the pros and cons and why we only milk once a day and how it's really helpful for us and our busy schedule. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We have some really fun content coming out this week, and we've been planning and we're just really excited about everything coming up. Make sure you check out our t-shirts and our TeeSpring store down in the description. Really appreciate all of you guys. We've loved interacting with you guys in the comments. It has been so much fun lately learning where you're from. So many people from so many different places. It's so cool. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see these little dudes get bigger and grow up, and it's just gonna be all sorts of hijinks and fun things on the farm. And we will see you guys later.